All right. Hello, Miriam. I'm interviewing you for the Chief of Sales Officer position. My first question is going to be, tell me about yourself.
Okay, so I was born in Mexico, raised in Louisiana. I'm currently pursuing a business administration degree with a concentration in management. I've been in the sales industry for about 5 years, in a family-owned business. I love it. I used to want to get anything that was other than business, but I've actually learned to really enjoy it. And so yeah, aside from that, I love to cook. I love to hang out with friends. I love to go to church and just be outdoors.
Okay. Why are you interested in the Chief of Sales Office position?
So I'm interested in the position because I have been exposed to the ins and the outs of it, and I find that it's actually very interesting. I think from an outside perspective, you might be like, "Oh, just sales," like the terms that usually go around with that is like revenue, expenses, and all that stuff. Yeah, it is just that, but I feel like there's so much more to it, for the process of like getting something from one point to getting it to the point to where you're actually making a profit. I find that very interesting. I also am very intrigued with like market fluctuations. It doesn't sound interesting, but it really is to me. Just to be able to compare like reports across time, it really allows you to see like how a product or maybe like a company has gone from like when they first started to the point to where they are now, and how it all fluctuated, because it's not always just going up. It's sometimes they go down, and so it's very interesting just to be able to like see all of that.
And then what makes you qualify for this position?
So, I believe what makes me qualified for the position is I am able to multitask. I actually find a lot of joy in it. As weird as that may sound, I just love to be on my toes all the time. I like new things. I feel like it's something that I can easily adapt to. I feel like I can complement the position as well as a position can complement me. So I just love it. I just love sales. I like to be able to just be inside like the nitty-gritty of it all, and I just enjoy it.
And then what are your strengths?
So a couple of my strengths are I'm really good with communicating. So I like to just be able to communicate what I need, what I want, and not only for myself, but also for the benefit of the company that I'm employed under. Like I said, I multitask, so I believe that is a really good strength to have, regardless of whatever situation you may be in. I have a lot of experience with diverse group of people, so like different cultures, if that makes sense. So in this industry that I'm in right now, we have customers like from all over the world. So it's very interesting, and, at first it was a little bit difficult for me to adapt to the way they would, like, talk, or the time zones was always a big thing or stuff like that, and I feel like right now I've really mastered it, so I'm very comfortable with it, and I'm able to really do that.
And what would you say your weaknesses are?
I would say my weakness, is probably, even though it's a strength, communication can sometimes be a weakness, and I feel like that's just for everyone. Sometimes I get too caught up in the emotions of the industry that I need to focus. Like market fluctuations can really take a toll on not just the sales manager, but also the company as a whole. One day profits can be skyrocketing, and the next day they can be like bottom line. So sometimes communication can play a role in it. And another thing would be, I can sometimes get in my head a lot, when it comes to work, just because I like to just go at it. And I know you probably think that, well, that's a good thing to just go at it, but sometimes it can be a little overwhelming for myself. And I really believe in like the work-life balance. So I want to be able to be balanced enough to just try my best and do my best in my job.
And then where do you see yourself in 5 years?
So in 5 years, I see myself knowing a lot more than what I know now. We are constantly learning, and so I believe in the sales industry, you are really constantly learning, like probably multiple times a day. And I also see myself with my own business, which is the ultimate goal is to have my own business. I know I have to, climb the ladder to get there at some point. So that's why I'm applying for this position, just to get more experience. I see myself with either my own coffee shop or my own ministry, both, if God willing. I would love both. They all have some concept of business in it, so I'm really glad about that. So yeah, I see myself um, growing a lot, both mentally and with my knowledge.
And then what experience do you have in computer systems that would be beneficial to this job title as chief of sales officer?
Okay. So I have a lot of experience with Outlook, which is really basic. It's like Gmail for all businesses. I have experience with Microsoft Offices. I have experience with Excel, which is what we use for most of our inventory, if not all of our inventory. We use specific programming systems so that when a customer fulfills an order, it automatically takes it out of the inventory list, which is amazing. I don't know if a lot of businesses use that program, but it's a really great program. I wouldn't consider myself like a huge programmer genius, but I am a very, very fast learner. So if it's something that is going to facilitate the job and is going to be for the betterment of the company, then I'm 100% willing to learn that.
And then lastly, why should we hire you?
So I believe you guys should hire me because I want to be an asset for the company as well as vice versa. I I believe I have a lot to bring to the table, as well as I feel like at this table there is so much I can have and learn from. So I feel like my experience with cultural differences and the diversity of like everything, because in a sales position you have all types of customers. They're not all the same. So I feel like that's something I can definitely contribute to the company.
Sure. Thank you.